Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn in detail about the concept of tools in Open WebUI. At the core, any LLM that you see here is either a chart model or some models are reasoning engines actually. It can process text and generate answers, but it's confined to what's inside its parameters actually. LLMs are trained on massive data sets, right? And encodes the knowledge that it trained on inside billions of parameters, which allows it to generate fluent and reasonable answers. But those parameters are fixed during the training, meaning the model is confined to what it has already seen or what it has already known. It cannot fetch new information beyond its cutoff date. It cannot verify the facts in real time, and also it cannot directly act on the world. For instance, if you describe a Python code, it may give you a Python code, but it cannot execute it. In other words, the model is powerful at reasoning, but it's limited to what it is trained upon. That's where these concept of tools come in actually. So here you are seeing two tools. One is Forex Converter and another one is ArcXIV Search Local, which I have created here in the local. We will see about them in a minute. These tools extend this boundary actually. So it gives some additional capabilities to the LLM. These tools are structured functions or sometimes integrations that the model can invoke when it needs information or wants to perform certain action. So let's take a look at how to configure and use a simple tool. So here you see this settings, right? You go to settings and you see these connections, right? So here you have to give your LLM connection first. Here I'm using this open router .ai. So here using this open router, I'm using all the models here actually. So you see all these models, right? So these models are coming from open router. Those settings I have given here, settings are nothing. You just have to specify your endpoint and the API key that you have to provide here. After providing that, all of your models will appear here and you can choose whatever you want. If you don't have open router AI or have some other key like open AI API key or some other thing like light LLM or something else, you can specify it here in the connection by specifying this plus button and specifying your URL here and providing your API key here actually. Okay, so this is how you connect your model. Once you connect your model here, next job is to create your tools. So for creating the tool, go to this workspace and here you see this tools, right? So here you have to give Open WebUI. You can specify tools in two forms actually. So here this is the first form. So here you can specify a standalone tool like this, meaning this tool works in the same environment where this Open WebUI is running. For example, here in this tutorial, this Open WebUI is running from a environment called Open WebUI environment and which is in the WSL. Okay, so when you execute this particular tool as a standalone tool like this, so this will be executed in the same environment actually. And there is another way to specify the tool, that is via tool server. For that you have to go to again this settings. Here you see these tools, right? So here you can specify your tool server, which we will see it in our later tutorials, but this is another way of specifying a tool server. Via this tool server, you are not bounded to use your tool from the same environment where OpenWebUI is running. You can create the tool and you can run it on any environment that you want. Okay, so to create a new tool, so just I'm deleting my existing tool. Let's keep it a clean slate. So right now I don't have any tools in my Open WebUI. So whenever I click a new chart, if I look at here, see, I see no tools. So let's go to workspace again and click tools. So here click new tool. So this is a tool sample template. So we are going to delete this and replace with something that we have, this one. This is the tool. So what does this tool does is, it is a currency converter. You have to give two currencies. One is the input currency and the other one is the output currency. For example, USD to INR, US dollar to Indian rupees, and here you have to specify the amount. So these things we don't need to specify. LLM will automatically call this function with appropriate input arguments, so we don't need to worry about it. So we just have to create this function and make it work properly. So this one takes the amount and two keywords. One is the input currency name and the other one is the output currency name. For example, USD and INR here. Okay, and we are getting the latest live prices from this frankfurter.api. So here we are getting the latest currency from. So this is the link, and you don't need any API key for it. So it is free to use. You can use for all your development purposes and testing purposes. No need. And after that, if it unable to fetch by any chance, then here we have written some other fallback model. So where this is some sort of a web location where all these latest currencies are available. So we retrieve from there. So these are the two currency conversion models that we have created here. One is live and the other one is pre-saved model. Both are latest only, but just for testing purpose, I just used these two things. We will go into the anatomy of these tools in a later tutorial. In this tutorial, we will understand how to configure it and how to call it properly. Okay, so once we define this tool here, you just have to set your name, forex converter, and this will be automatically coming, right? So here you have to specify the description. It converts currency to Y. Okay, and after that press Control. Yes, you will see this. Please carefully review the following warnings. So what happens is these tools are direct executables. LLM will just execute this whenever it finds a need. Okay, so make sure you write it appropriately. Whenever you are copying these tools from some other developers, make sure it does anything on your system. Okay, because these tools will execute directly within your Python environment. I'm clicking confirm. Okay, and see here the tool is added. So if you want to make any modifications, you just click it and make your modifications. That's it, your tool is available now. Just do a quick refresh after you add your tool. You don't need to do refresh every time. Just when you add a new tool, just do a quick refresh. And here next job is to select a model that supports tools actually. So not every model can support tool. Some models in this open router supports tools. For example, OpenAI GPT-5 supports tools, or this DeepSeek v3.1 supports tools like this. You just to go into the models description on the open router web page and see if that particular model is supporting tools or not. If it supports, then you can straight away use it. So I just chosen this DeepSeek v3.1 model. Okay, and here after choosing the model, here you have to check this tool actually. So here after you adding the tool will appear here. Okay, unless you check this, the tool won't be used. And the another setting that you have to remember is, so here when you look at this controls, here you see this function calling. So it is set to default, but you have to change it to native. You just click it, it will be toggled to native. What is the difference is, function calling native means it will definitely call the function that we specified by our tool. If we set it to default, it may or may not choose that particular tool. But if you specify it to native, it will definitely choose the tool and get the result and give you the answer. Okay, now you have activated your tool and that you can see it here. So let's ask, what is 105 USD in GBP? It will take a while during the first time, and see it is using the tool and it gave you the answer. If you look at this one, you see the entire JSON here actually. The amount that we gave it and the input currency is USD, it accurately taken, and the output currency is GBP, that also it accurately taken, and this is the output it got. This is the rate that obtained from this Frankfurter. Okay, and finally you have got this much 105 USD is equals to 77.11 GBPs. And the another best advantage of this is we can ask some natural questions. For example, if you do not remember a particular country's currency name, for example, I do not remember what is the currency name of Netherlands. So in such case, you can just ask what is 10 say for US United States currency to some Brazil currency and also in Netherlands currency. Let's see what it gives. So here we have given two compound arguments actually. One is the Brazil currency and the second is the Netherlands currency. You see it here, our convert function was executed twice. One for USD to BRL, Brazilian real, and the other one is Netherlands currency, it is euro, and the second is for euro. Okay, so this is how the tool that we have created has been used internally. You see, we are not specifying the number of times that this tool needs to be used or anything like that. We are not just putting any limitations on it. We just created a tool and asked it to use. That's it. And this LLM decides when and where to use that. So this is one tool. And in online, you can find many tools actually. For example, here, if you click this discover.tools, you see all of these tools that you can use for a variety of purposes actually. What you have to do is you just have to click on any tool and click get it. When you click this get it import to Open WebUI, the tool will be imported to your Open WebUI. You just have to click save and you just have to click this confirm button, and this is the most important step actually. When you are downloading public tools, make sure to read the code and see if the code is good or not, because it is directly executed from your Python environment. So sometimes some codes may corrupt your files or some malicious viruses may enter into your system. Okay, so be careful when you are accessing public tools from your Open WebUI. So I'm clicking here, and then what is its purpose? So web search using CRXNG and scrap first n pages. So we have to understand, does it require any API key? Some of these tools requires API keys, so make sure to give the appropriate API keys, otherwise it won't work. Okay, let's do a quick refresh and let's select the tool web search and let's change the function calling from default to native. So what kind of questions can we ask? Web search using other. Can you scrape moneycontrol.com? See, this particular get website tool is called, and this tool is basically from here. If you look at here, if you open this and if you open this tool, you see this get website is called from this tool, and we gave a URL, it is moneycontrol.com, and then it obtained this particular information actually, URL, content, excerpt, like that. These are all the content that it gained. Okay, likewise you can use some other tools as well. So let's go back. Here you have many other tools like that. So give it a try and see if these tools are working fine in your system, or if you face any issues, comment below this video. We will try to help you as soon as possible. So if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to comment in the comment section. Yeah, that's all for this tutorial. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you.